Ho, ho, hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Talkin Shit. This is our part 2 of our Christmas special. We've called Merry Fucking Shitmas.
Merry Shitmas,
Merry
CeeDee.
Fucking Shitmas with CeeDee and Simoj. So, there you go. That's us. And I hope everyone's pre-Christmas shopping is going good for all you fucking schmucks braving the crowds, because I feel for you. I do. Huh?
Billions of dollars floating around at Christmas time.
Mate, it's getting in there again.
Credit
folks.
cards melting out of the wallets.
If you hear me slurping away, I'm about. I think I'm about 6 beers in there, Smodge. So I was feeling a bit warm, so I made a coffee, guys. So as usual, I got my coffee on the show, but it's also accompanied by 3 more beers. So
I got my softie here. I won't mention the name, but I got it, and it's nice.
No, he's drinking some soft drink. It's not Coke, we'll tell you that. So, but it is a cola flavored beverage, and they are a multi-billion-dollar corporation. There, hear that, bedings? We're getting fucking messages in the podcast. Because people just don't respect society nowadays, do they? Do you remember back in the first podcast there, Smodge? I was getting phone calls.
Oh, yes.
My phone's just
do what you want.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck out of here. But yeah, I feel for all you motherfuckers braving the crowds out there, because believe it or not, I do have another job that's not here, working for the podcast. I actually work for Corona, the beer. And I can tell you, I am fucking sick of crowds. If I fucking never have to see another crowd again, I can die a happy fucking motherfucker. But yeah, I worked for Corona. We do a lot of mall promotions. So I'm setting up displays there sort of all day. And yeah, mind you, they take for fucking ever. And I swear to motherfucking God, though, son, Monday, if one more fucking child comes and destroys one more display, I'm going to ensure they leave that motherfucking shopping centre. I won't say the name of said shopping centre, because I don't want it, so go fuck yourself. You fucking dicks. You assholes! But if they do destroy one more fucking display, I'm going to ensure that your child fucking leaves full of Red Bull and candy. So you can just slowly but surely watch your, in inverted commas, perfect little fucking asshole child turn into Gizmo the Gremlin, while they bounce from wall to wall with their head spinning 360 degrees like they're in the fucking Exorcist.
It's like, here you go, kids, knocking bottle openers off the shelves. Here you go, here's a bag of jelly beans.
Oh, you love it, yeah. You love Red Bull?
Yeah.
Here, have some Red Bull, and then watch your fucking child turn into fucking that old Gizmo the Gremlin there. Huh? And bouncing off all the walls and shit. But yeah, maybe then you'll just hold your damn kid while you're shopping and stop them from fucking up my day. Because some of the kids out there are just crazy. But speaking of crazy though, I think I actually told you this story the other day, Simoj. I beat an old lady up in the mall the other day.
Yes, you did. You did tell me about that one. That one was ultra crazy. But
I did. I'll let you guys know about it, because obviously you don't know about it. But I was speaking to a female client, and basically this devil woman came out of nowhere and just started beating my client with her walker. And she was just screaming, "Fuck you! Fuck you!" It was absolutely mental. I don't know what the fuck happened. But as soon as Rocky's grandma went ahead and hit this lady's pram, I just had to stop her. So I kind of like, this is Stalkin, kicked this lady's walker like 15 feet across the fucking shopping centre. So it's just, well, obviously she didn't need it, alright, motherfuckers? I didn't go kicking like a helpless old lady's fucking thing. She was like going mental, and she wasn't using the walker. She was picking it up and using it as a weapon. So, alright, I kicked it. Also, if you can hear us chewing away here, it's a Christmas special, so I decided to be a fucking nice motherfucker, and so did old Simon there.
And
we bought some motherfucking snacks. We got some chocolate balls with malt inside by a brand that we won't say. Some gummy lollies by a multi-billion-dollar corporation originated in Japan. And some chicken. I I don't know. They're a weird shape, so you can guess what brand they are. Yeah, see, I can do that and not get sued. But anyway, back to this lady. So I kicked her walker like 15 fucking feet across the shops there, and I had to basically start dragging her out of the place before she really popped the top. And then she just decided to go fucking mosh pit on, should I say the store? Fucking, who cares? Maya. She went into Maya and went absolute mental. I'm a news place, so I can get away with fucking journalist rights. Yeah, but she basically just went mental on fucking, and broke like a few $100 worth of like MAC cosmetics and all that jazz. She just went in there, yeah, full crazy style, and just sort of like Tasmanian Devil in Looney Tunes there, went sort of a hurricane, and smashed some mirrors. Yeah, it just went crazy. Kind of like that. So after the hopeless rent-a-cop motherfucking security in this mall finally took their leisurely afternoon stroll down to the old fucking situation down there, yeah, she'd already fucking beat a mother and cost them all a few hundred shiny ones there. So yeah, she just went absolutely fucking mental. That's not the end of it though, folks. So fucking strap yourselves in. She then, so sorry, I've written notes on my own story because I have to fucking read back through it to remember what the fuck happened, especially 6 beers in, so I'm a little tipsy on this podcast, guys, so enjoy that. Yeah, basically she was, fuck the notes, I'm just winging it now. She was basically let out of the exit by fucking Paul Blart Mall Cop. And fucking, she then went out one exit and sort of into another fucking entrance down, in the western side of the fucking centre, and went into the chemist and just went full fucking mental in there. And so basically this place bypassed the fucking hopeless ass fucking Paul Blart mall cop fucking security systems they got going there, and they just called the cops on her and had her arrested. So as I was sort of leaving my sort of corona job, I seen her getting arrested, so that was actually hilarious. But as well, that's also not even the best part there, Simoj. I think I told you this part the other day. But on her way out, she passed a gentleman in an electric wheelchair, and she grabbed him by the arm and just started yelling, "Red alert! Red alert! Red alert!" And so basically this dude's fucking... Oh, she was just... Like, I can't explain how she was yelling this. But I can't help but piss myself at laughing at this one, because she was... Like, he was just trying to get away while she was just screaming like Yoko in that fucking Hendrix video. Where she's just being a fuckwit and squealing like a Beatles ruining asshole. So... You can imagine... I don't know if you've seen that video where she's like in the background of that Hendrix video. I think it's like... Lennon playing with Hendrix or something, and it's like this big stage production. She's sort of in the back, just like making these noises, and you just sit the fuck down and stop ruining the Beatles. They were bigger than Jesus, you know, huh? Bigger than Jesus. And he's literally doing burnouts in a circle anyway in his wheelchair, just like whoa, 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 and she's like red alert, and he's just like screaming his head off. And so when he finally breaks free, he pretty much just put the pedal to the motherfucking metal, and I swear he booked a good 50Ks getting away from this absolute Fruit Loop. And yeah, that story's not going anywhere. That's just I wanted to share my Xmas holidays mad lady story.
That's really fucked up though. Like, I mean, who does that? I mean, it's just not... She
was just loopy, and I spoke to the gentleman in the wheelchair. He came back past her on his way out of the centre, and I spoke to him and just made sure he was alright and everything, because... obviously, he was harassed by this woman, this crazy bitch, and he said he's her neighbour apparently, and she's been off her medication for a while. So, I mean, we know why. It gets a little hot out there in the fucking Australian sun. I mean, we're basically the closest motherfucker to the sun. We're cooking out there. Our brains are boiling.
Well, that just reminded me. I've got a couple of eggs frying out on the back table. I better go grab them.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much like that out there. But anyway, I shared this story as well for my good old buddy Billy Boy from RN Communications. He works at a different mall to me, but I told him the story about the mall, and he said I've got to share it with you guys. And he works over there at old Talkin Shell Harbour Retail Park, or the Square for any locals that are listening. The Square.
It'll always be the Square.
Oh, it'll always be the Square to me. And to my mum, she says she used to ride horses around where the fucking massive mall is now. And I don't know if you guys know this, but soon it's going to be one of the largest malls on the Eastern Seaboard.
Wow.
Yeah, which is not hard to beat because I don't know if you know where the Eastern Seaboard is, but Queensland is not on the Eastern Seaboard.
True.
I don't think, isn't it? The Tropic of Capricorn or something goes through the middle of Australia, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Yeah, and I think it's the Eastern Seaboard is on the lower of the Tropic of Capricorn. If I'm correct, I don't know. Fans. Oh, shit. I forgot to introduce this, alright? So,
any geographically expert
inclined
individuals out there,
any motherfuckers
feel free to correct us.
At either go contact us through www.svmmedia.com.au. Don't forget the AU, or it's a different website, you cheeky cunts. Go email us either through there or through the podcast email, which is CeeDee podcast, CEEDEE podcast @gmail.com. The website's down at the moment. We don't know why. I'm currently in contact with the design folk over there, so bear with me, you fuckwits, while I figure this shit out. But yeah, so if you want to hit us up on Twitter. We don't have an Instagram, and you guys know fucking why. But SVM Media has a fucking Instagram, so hit them up, SVM Media, and you'll find them on
SVM
there.
Media Entertainment on Instagram.
Yep, there you go. So
give us a look up.
Give us a look up there. Or the Facebook also has SVM Media Entertainment, or CeeDee Podcast, or @CEEDEE podcast on Twitter. You can tweet us. We've also, as well, before I jump back into this, we've... I'm eating more lollies. Where was I going with that?
Fucking bastard.
Nah, sorry guys, you lost me. I'm hopeless. See, a few beers in, and my brain's falling apart like a wet cake. No, where was I going with that? Huh? Who knows? Anyway. Fucking jeez. Oh, the playlist. Woo! I'm back, baby. See? Just a little fucking sip of coffee, and my brain's back again, huh? Just like that, like magic. I don't know if you guys heard from episode 1. If you're a new listener over there, over here, or around here, in and out of you, hanging out of you, all around you, we have a playlist. We have the songs of the week. So every week I sort of just give a song for you guys to listen to that I sort of enjoy and I listen to occasionally. I think last week's was For Those About to Rock, We Salute You by Akadaka. And anyway, if you go into our YouTube page, fuck me. How did I get this show, Simon? It was you, wasn't it?
You know what? You just said something in French without knowing it.
Did I?
YouTube plage. Plage is actually plage in French. So technically, you just told our listeners to go to the YouTube beach. Or the Facebook beach.
Please go to the fucking YouTube beach and have a swim. Swim around. Don't drown on our amazing content.
Have a swim in our playlist.
Exactly. Have a swim in our playlist there on that plage. Sacre bleu. Oui, oui. That's all the French I know. And guess what, guys? In year 8 in high school, I actually studied French, and I know fucking nothing. I also dated a girl named Paris. Still know nothing. So, shows you how much information I retain there that's not relevant to my interests. Anyway, back to the RN Communications, old Billy Boy. I told him I'd give his little old company over there a fucking shout out. He works for RN Communications, just where he works at Stockland Shell Harbour, Stockland Retail Park, or Shell Harbour Square, for you motherfuckers that are local. and you're listening in this goddamn one-horse town, they fix phones and shit. He's hella cheap, so get the fuck over there if you have a smashed-ass phone, sorry. Because let's face it, you look like a grub with a smashed-ass phone. Unless you're my dad, but he's a tradie, so he has an excuse. But you don't, so don't be an asshole and get down to RN Commune motherfucking-cations that do mobile phone repairs and accessories. So there's some fucking free plugs for you over there at RN. Huh? There's my Boston accent. Oh, is that Boston or Brooklyn?
It's a bit of a mix of both.
I was raised by my mom's from Brooklyn and my dad's from Boston.
You're Bostonian. You're Boss Brooklish.
I'm Boss Brooklish. I'm Boss Brookanese.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're jumping into some motherfucking stories here. We got a couple for you folks here, and I'm gonna let old Simon Ching over there start it off. So I understood. We, as I mentioned last week, we're going to do some co-writing, and Simon was going to... Or did we mention that last week? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, sorry. So, usually I write most of the material for the show, but this time, ooh, Simon's writing it up for us there, huh? Would you look at that, huh? Welcome to...
Have your mind blown.
Mind motherfucking blown! Anyway, take it away there, Simon. I'm going to sip away at my beer, and you... hit us up. Well, I'll obviously jump in with some input, but this is some material, some news headlines researched and written for the show by Simon. Let's get into it. What do you got for us, Simon? Some interesting shit. I understand. By the way, folks, this is the first time I'm hearing it too. So we're all respectfully going through this together because I do like it to be a surprise for a lot of the articles that I research for you guys. So basically, I'll look up a headline. And I won't really discuss it with anyone or Google any details of it until I'm on the show live. And that's when I sort of improv comedy. So I don't do a lot of writing, but here we've got Simon with some interesting motherfucking shit. And he was so excited to give it to me before. And I said, no, we've got to wait. We're waiting for it to surprise us. So I said, yes, all right, we're surprising. Let's fucking do it. What do you got for us this week? I'll sign money on our beautiful little Christmas fucking part 2 of Merry fucking Shitmas.
Well, all I gotta say is I've got a big fat surprise in an envelope right here. Well, it's not really an envelope, it's my smartphone.
It's more of a sack.
Yeah, it's more of a sack.
Or a ball bag. Much.
Sack.
Here comes Simon with his black and white sack.
Oh, God. No, but seriously, like, I've got a couple of good ones here today, folks, but... like, okay, one of them really got to me, okay, because, you know, like, I was, you know, checking out some, some content.
Ladies! No.
Well, actually, technically, I was watching Trashy Breakfast TV, but hey, that's a completely different story. But, yeah, I came across this really, like, interesting yet fucked up scenario. Okay, alright, so... I'm going to ask all of you bitches out there, you know, all of you folks out there, like, okay, what does Christmas actually mean to you? Okay.
CEEDEE podcast @gmail.com.
I mean, Christmas is about a number of things. Christmas is about family. Christmas is about gifts.
Getting shit-faced with your family.
But we all know that Christmas would not be Christmas without the fat dude in the red suit with the white beard, a.k.a. Santa Claus.
Or Jesus over there.
You know?
That's again, people, I mentioned this one in Ep 1. That's my Bill Burr impression. I've been listening to a lot of Billy Burr stuff. Sorry if I'm transcending into the old Billiam over there. But, yeah, sorry there, Simon, cutting you off.
But, okay, so Santa Claus is a big part of Christmas, right? Okay, so, you know, if he was to just, like, disappear out of our lives, you know, we'd all be pretty damn upset, right? Well,
yeah.
Okay, I came across this story about one of our fine hospitals here in this fine country that is Australia.
Australia
has decided to completely and totally eliminate the Santa Claus proceedings at Christmas time this year.
So generally, people, whether they volunteer or whether the hospital hires them, it's that's not the point. Is around Christmas time, in like the kids units, like we got old Westmead Children's. where they fix your kids.
But like
up at Sydney, they'll have like a Santa, like someone dressed as Santa, and they'll sort of go through the hospital and spread good cheer. Ooh, pardon me there, folks.
But I didn't actually catch what hospital it was, right? But like, I'm just like, I kind of came into the story sort of like halfway through, but I'm there, you know, checking this out, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so it's Christmas, and you're telling a hospital full of sick children that they are not allowed to see Santa Claus at Christmas time.
Santa's not coming.
I mean, they're cooped up in hospital. I mean, they can't go home. They're sick, and you know, and the hospital saying,
Santa?
Santa, you know,
Santa's not here. He's never
Santa's not visiting this year, kids. No. Sorry, but you know, we're worried he might have herpes on his fingertips or something. So
like fucking, you know, Santa's out there finger banging hookers or something, and then going in there and touching fucking cancer patients on their face.
I mean, it's just nuts. Like, I honestly feel that it's, you know, completely and totally mean to the kids. I mean, where's the Christmas spirit in that?
As I said earlier, Simon gave me the heading of this one, and I said earlier, the kids aren't going to notice if his fucking white gloves are made of rubber, or if they're made of felt, or if they're made of fucking Gucci. Just give him some rubber gloves, he's fine. Wash his uniform for him. Make sure he's well showered and cleaned and maintained. That's like saying fucking sick kids can't have visitors. Just, it's your fucking fault, hospital, for not ensuring that the Santa Claus is fucking, not quarantined, I don't know, what the fuck's that fucking word where they're all nice and clean. Anyway, that Santa's not fucking...
Douched, I don't know.
Douched, yeah, that Santa's not got a clean...
sprayed with, like,
some kind of a
vanilla-smelling chemical, or...
Yeah, like he's not fucking douched and wearing one of those...
I've showered 8 times, is that good enough for your standards?
Well, no, actually put one of those fucking little pine trees that you put in your car around your neck, and then you can get on in there, fucking old St. Nicholas. Huh?
Dangling the freaking Christmas tree air freshener, windscreen.
Yeah, but around his neck. And every time he leans in, the kids get this smell of vanilla pine. Santa smells amazing this year. Last year, he smelled like gin and hooker bad. Because he was in here fucking finger bashing hookers and then touching cancer patients.
But what was nuts about this, right, was just that, okay, so, alright, it's Christmas time, you're telling a bunch of sick kids that they can't see Santa Claus.
Santa's not coming.
You know, Santa's not coming, kids, and then, you know, and
no, they just pretend that, that he never existed. Like, they're like, when's Santa coming? Santa who?
Who are you talking about? Who is this guy in the red suit? Oh, I didn't say he wears a red suit. I just assumed, just from the look on your face.
Yeah, just from the look on your red little face.
I meant to look at your red little face, and it reminded me
It might be the cancer that's making your face red, we're not sure. But anyway, the cancer's going to get worse because Santa's not coming.
But to turn around and tell the kids that they cannot see Santa Claus on Christmas is just, it's just gut-wrenching. It's just like tearing their hearts out. It's just so sad and ridiculous. And, I mean, okay, alright, so the reason that this hospital gave, there were 2. Okay, so one was to prevent the cross-infection of the patients.
Which, as I said, the children are not going to fucking be able to differentiate whether or not fucking Santa Claus is wearing white rubber gloves or white fucking felt gloves, like...
You know, and, I mean, there are ways to sort that out, to do so, you know, civilly, correctly, and safely.
If the Santa Claus is putting his finger in your kid's mouth, fire that Santa Claus, alright? Santas should not be putting their fingers in or around your children's mouth. So I'm not entirely sure why Santa's touching these children. I mean, I know you just got to breathe on someone for him to get a disease, but I don't know, like hide one of those masks in his beard or something. Shit, what do I know? I'm not a doctor.
But like, we need to give the kids something to celebrate, and basically, look, I honestly feel that it's mean because, I mean, they do, I get that there are health protocols, and we've obviously already covered up on that, but it seems as though that one of their other concerns are the toys that are coming into the hospital, you know, and all that stuff. But then
spray it with some Ajax and get the fuck over it.
But then I think to myself, okay, all right, cool. You know, people are people, and you know, if they're going to donate toys, I mean, most people are decent. You know, they'll make sure that they're nice and clean and well taken care of, and then they send the toys off. But I mean, like, you know, you also get people like stores donating brand new toys through like toy drives and that at Christmas time, and I don't know about you folks, but I've never come across a teddy bear with whooping cough or an action figure with measles. So I mean, you know, like, I'm like, seriously,
this is the chicken pox edition of Action Man.
It's just
the smallpox or fucking swine flu edition of Action Man.
I'm just like, seriously, like, what are you going to do? You're like going to have like a pallet of toys that are just there at the back dock of the hospital.
Haribo. No, not Haribo. Fucking
I want you to test that teddy bear for herpes simplex 10. I want you to test that.
Hasbro presents Ninja Barbie. And it's just this sickly Barbie in her face, all sucked in at the sides.
Oh my god.
Ninja Barbie.
Okay. And obviously, they'd be worried about Santa Claus, being sick and all that stuff. But I mean, seriously, it's just like a family member coming in to visit a sick child. They know that they need to take precautions to make sure they don't make the kids even sicker. So tell the same thing to Santa. I mean, seriously, if you're that worried,
if you're not willing
Santa
to do
flies
that,
down from the North Pole, seriously, send him a flu vac to his cottage in the North Pole and make sure he has that administered before he comes down.
Send it to Mrs. Claus, because that Santa's a cheeky cunt. Alright? And he won't put it. She'll get him while he's drunk in bed and just right in the butt like a fucking diabetes needle. Just fucking in the butt with his flu shot.
Just one other thing. I mean,
I've got a better alternative. Just give Santa cancer. I mean, you can't catch cancer if you already got cancer. What if Santa is a cancer patient?
True.
Simon, in all honesty, how fucked is that proposition? I just pitched giving fucking Santa cancer. So, that's a merry fucking shitness for you motherfuckers.
That fucks everything up.
I didn't think I'd go that far, but I mean, give me 3 beers and apparently I'll say anything.
But send a flu vac to Santa Claus or to Mrs. Claus, if Santa's unwell, I mean, just make sure he's okay before he jumps down the chimney into the ped ward. And,
Santa can't fucking, moonlight as a nurse like the rest of the year. I suppose not moonlighting if you only work one day a year, you lazy cunt Santa Claus. Why don't they just make a nurse fucking Santa Claus? All you gotta do is fucking get a red suit, put a pillow up front, like fucking Chandler in that Friends episode. Come on.
Yeah.
If Matthew Perry did it, you can do it. You can do it.
So the fact is...
He did heroin, alright?
If you're worried that Santa's sick and he's going to make the kids even sicker, make sure that Santa is okay before he shows up. These kids don't deserve lumps of coal in their stockings at Christmas. They don't deserve nothing. They're not naughty kids. They're not on the naughty list. They're sick kids. And, giving them some Christmas cheer around Christmas time should be really important, especially given that this could be the last Christmas for some of those kids. Let's face it, guys. It is a possibility. Some of those kids won't see.
All right, Simon. They just lost Santa. They don't need you telling them they're going to die, okay?
Yeah.
The kids in the water listening to this. All right, anyone at the hospital that this is fucking happening at, if you're listening to this, do not fucking play this to the children. I cannot express this enough. A lot of my family members try to listen to this motherfucking podcast. They go, oh, you got a new show out, huh? I'll listen to it. Don't do it around your kids. My brother tried. My dad, actually, we all love my dad on the old podcast. And he keeps trying to play it. He plays lawn bowls 4 days a week because apparently he's 1,000 years old. So anyway, the king of the crypt here, he goes out there, plays the lawn bowls, and he was hanging out there. And my aunt came and seen me the other day. The old when I was doing some work for Corona. And she told me he keeps trying to play it in the middle of the pub. And I'm not sure... for any of you that aren't pieces of thunder from down under like old Simon and me are, basically, there's a lot of kids in pubs and clubs and stuff in Australia. So he just keeps trying to play it there, though. And people keep going, turn that off. And my brother has a little son, and every time he listens to it, his little boy runs into the room. So he can't listen to it. And I actually had another friend tell me that she keeps trying to listen to it, and her little girl keeps trying to listen. So, all right, this is not a podcast for children.
No, it's not. Definitely not. But
I think it was like episode 2. If you listen to that, I say fuck 1,300 times.
Yeah, I know.
Podcast.
It was crazy. But look, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is I just think that Christmas should be celebrated by everyone, and give it to these kids. I'm not saying that it will be their last Christmas. I don't want it to be their last Christmas, but I want it to be a Christmas for them.
Yeah, who the fuck doesn't want a Christmas?
Who takes that away from a kid? We all want these kids to get better, but we want them to be happy on Christmas time. So, I mean, seriously, open up your hearts, hospital peeps, and just, have a heart and give these kids a chance.
Have some cojones.
Anyway, it's Christmas. I'm going to drop the mic now, so...
Mic drop. Mic drop. But yeah, no, fucking... if anyone knows any more about that story or what hospital it is, or you work at the hospital or it's nearby to you, hit us up at ceedeepodcast@gmail.com. That's cdpodcast@gmail.com, and let us know what you think. But yeah, it's a joke. You can't take Christmas from a fucking child. Come on, don't be that motherfucker. Alright? You want to be the motherfuckers that ruined Christmas? You remember even in the last podcast, and we talked about Jewish people even getting on being Santa Claus.
Yeah.
At the malls over there in America. They probably do it here too. I'm not saying they don't. But yeah, like, come on. Don't take Christmas away from children. Of all motherfucking people, don't take Christmas away from children. Don't be a cunt. Alright? Don't be a Christmas cunt. But yeah, I've got another bad Santa story for you guys. I think you remember last week, and this one's new for Simon too, so this is all original fucking content.
Oh yeah, and I got a little something else to say a little bit later in the show about these new lockout laws that are apparently changing.
Ooh, that'll be interesting for you guys there. And I've got CeeDee's weight loss tips for the holiday season, because I got 5 emails. I'm not going to say I got a lot. About people actually asking. One asked how I keep in shape. One told me how they keep in shape. And a few others, yeah, just asked for like if I could mention any holiday weight loss tips. I'll get to that soon. But we've got another bad Santa, guys. Like old Billy Bob Thornton. Fucking Billy Bob, bad Santa. You know him. He's been arrested.
Whoa.
Yeah, for cocaine and illegal gun factory.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he's been having a busy Christmas. I think it might have been this. Christmas, who fucking knows? I don't know. I don't do that much research on my content. But imagine how mean those fucking elves would be. Like just manufacturing fucking submachine guns. And I actually did, yeah, I labeled this. Sometimes I add funny labels to my old fucking sort of topics here, and this one was called the Very Submachine Gun Christmas, because yeah, as you guys now know, he was producing submachine guns. Anyway, it was a Brazilian. Authorities arrested a man known locally as Santa Claus. Yeah. So and he was arrested after they discovered his factory, and he was making submachine guns and ammunition, but that was for a few different guns. And he had a whole bunch of phones, was the most incriminating part, because when they searched through the phones, it was just messages asking for the gun orders. So I think what you did was you messaged them for the gun order. They messaged back with like an address. When you got in there, I think you gave them the phone, and they gave you the gun. Like you just get like a burner phone.
Yeah.
Which I just got a new phone actually, guys. So I've got a burner phone now. Ooh, I'm going to call it the Bat phone. Set it up for business calls, so... I have a business number out there soon, by the way, guys, for anyone else that wants to hire me for some stand-up, because I'm working on some good new material. So, but yeah, he was making submachine guns and had just these phones with gun orders and stuff on them. And I mean, so far this Santa does not at all sound very bright nor jolly. But he also had not just that, but 10 grand of fucking coke, which is nearly fucking 8 kilos. For those who give a shit about Brazilian coke prices. So basically, remember last episode, if you're not a first-time listener there, last episode we mentioned how much more Santas actually get per season, which is 10 grand, which is a little odd. So I think maybe he's worked as
$3 a child.
Yeah, I think maybe he's worked as a mall Santa, gotten a little taste of that 10 grand, and just... yeah, he got a taste of that sweet moolah and wanted sort of a Nikki Sixx style Christmas. Oh, yeah, obviously for those who are unaware, Nikki Sixx is a former member of the rock and roll group Motley Crue. And he had a heroin addiction years upon years upon years ago. I think he's got a family now. He spent one of his Christmases naked and off his absolute nipples on the old happy heroin there. And he was just rocking back and forth, cuddling a shotgun under his Christmas tree, because he was convinced people were coming to get him. And anyway, so this Santa Claus dude was 68. And he sort of pulled this whole fucking crime off with not just him, but he had his little coked out comrade elves, which just so happened to feature one of his fucking stepsons.
Wow.
So yeah, you can sort of imagine how that went. Oh fuck, I'm still burping. Jesus, this beer is repeating on me there, son, money.
Repetitious.
But yeah, repetitious. How fucking crazy old fucking Santa Claus there, just having a fucking.
I'm gonna make the kids happy this Christmas, and I'm gonna sell illegal weapons.
Oh yeah, he was dreaming of a white Christmas, I think so, and he
In
just
more ways
basically
than one.
exactly.
I think he's the dude that was making Christmas white.
Oh yeah, he
South
was.
of the border.
Everyone was fucking south of the border there. Then that's why old Donald Trump wants to build a wall. This is because of people like the fucking Brazilians.
I'm not racist, by the way, folks.
Oh, he is. He's a sicko. He's an absolute sicko, people. You should see it. He's got voodoo dolls all over the place, all different races. He's just putting pins in them all the time. He's cursing them.
Well, I just want to point out, when I was a kid, when I was a kid, I actually thought the term racist meant that you were afraid of people that could run fast.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it came from, because we do know the old African Americans are athletically inclined. They're a lot better, and that's not me being racist, you fuckwits. Bill Burr mentioned it, I think it was, and he said in the best way possible. What did he say? He said something like something about black people can be scientists too, and how he's not being racist, but if there was a race to the microscopes, that the black people would always win.
No,
and it's true. They fucking would. They would. That's not people being racist, by the way, for any African American, Aboriginal, any other race. See how I just picked up 2 black ones there and just went for that. Or any Asians. I know we've got some Asian followers. And fucking hell, old motherfucking namaste to my fucking Indian followers there, huh?
Yes.
Speaking of races there, I've got some beautiful Indian followers on Facebook there, and I learnt namaste means hello, and I think I told you this one last time, Simon. I actually fucking shat myself laughing the other. Well, I didn't actually shit myself, but I was laughing so hard because AJ asked me. I was just telling her how I'd learnt what namaste meant and how it was hello and stuff like that, and she went, "Okay, cool." And she was going out. She said, "So are you coming, or you gonna stay here?" And I said, "Well, I was gonna come, but namaste." And I was laughing at my own joke for probably about 20 minutes, so I had to pass it on to you guys. I don't imagine you will laugh that hard, but I just could not fucking believe it. But anyway, back to races, because I love getting all controversial and this shit here. But no, I'm not being racist there. I'm not saying all black people can run faster than me, because I know there's some fatties and some slowies, just like there is in any race. But I'm saying that most of them are athletically fucking, superior, I'd have to say. So if anything, they're fucking better than us.
Yeah.
Because you look at our poor little white bodies there, and it's just apparently they're. No, I don't want to start getting into fucking features. But yeah, no, that's not me being around. I'm not a racist. I love everybody, alright? And if I say some dumb, ignorant shit, forgive me. What are you gonna do? Sue me? Huh? Call my lawyer. Guess what? I don't have one. You calling no one. Go fuck yourself. And yeah, anyway, moving on. And Simon has a little bit of a story here for us anyway, I think, don't you? Little do you guys know, we're from the fucking future here. We've just had about a 40-minute break from the fucking podcast. We did have some mic troubles, and we actually realised, so if this sounds a little grainy to you fucking cunts, it's because we didn't realise, but we had the mics all set up, and we're actually not recording through them the whole time. We were recording through the laptop, so interesting stuff for you folks. Anyway, so Simon's got a little. It's not quite Christmassy. It's a little bit Christmassy because it's Christmas time. So, but don't be an arsehole, huh? Anyway, what do you got for us, Simon? A little bitty bit. I think it'll be Simon's got a little bit for us, then I've got a little bit, and then we're sort of heading off for the year, guys. This is it, Simon. This is it. This is our first season. Huh? It's been... Anyway, we'll finish that up at the end. But anyway, Simon, what do you got for us?
Get all sentimental later.
Yes, we will.
Oh, no.
Anyway, what do you got?
Okay, so one thing that, I mean, the adults in the world like to do around Christmas time is obviously have a few jovial beers.
Oh, you know what?
A few drinks.
Oh, mate. I do love to have a few. I'm drinking a beer right now, folks. I'm back on the old beers. I finished my coffee a while ago. And it's a German brand called Henninger, which is, if you look at it, it's really close to like, hey, extreme racial slur. And then you get on the back and it says my hey Ninga. And yeah, anyway, try it. It's good. It's fine. But I actually really quickly, before Simon gets in, speaking of boozing up, I was buying this 6-pack and I went into a local BWS there, alcohol shop over here in Australia, a little chain we got there. And I fucking dropped a whole 6-pack on the floor. 2 of the tops popped off of 2 of the bottles, and there was fucking beer everywhere. And I just looked at the dude. I was like, "Oh, sorry, man." And he was like, "No, man, it's not your fault." And while he was cleaning it, I was like, "I'll pay for that." And he was like, "No, man, it wasn't your fault." And while he was doing that, I turned around and grabbed a new 6-pack and took it to the counter. So I did not pay for those fucking beers I spilled. And I'm sorry, BWS there. For your poor... He put up the wet floor signs, which Simon of all people knows how important that is, and now that's a little cliffhanger for next season because we're not getting into that story today.
Yeah, we're not.
It involves Simon breaking a knee and the lack of wet floor signs, so we'll get into that story next season. Anyway, back to your alcohol story. We do love having a few beers at Xmas, don't we? There, Simoj.
Yeah, we do, you know, and it's part of the culture, you know. And it's not about going crazy with the drinks.
No,
it's about having a good time, right?
Yeah,
and,
with the fam.
So the funny thing about what I'm about to sort of, you know, fill you guys in on, it's really funny. Okay, so for those of our Australian listeners, especially those in New South Wales, you'll know that we've had for the last few years an interesting sort of, you know, nuts to the vice kind of situation where we've had, you know, where it's basically, you know, the main street of the King's Cross, you know, the Golden Mile strip in Sydney's kind of basically turned into a ghost town because our state government turned around and introduced these really interesting lockout laws, okay, which they believe were being created to reduce alcohol-fueled violence. Look, I don't disagree with that because there were a couple of young gentlemen that unfortunately lost their lives in
you have a few drinks, you get a little cocky, and then all of a sudden you're fucking sucker punching some poor cunt in the back of the head, and they're dead, huh? Think about their families.
The whole king hit situation, like the one punch, you know, deal, is obviously a big problem. So I do understand that, you know, folks will like, okay, we need to stop this from happening.
Yeah, because people are dying. But for you listeners out there, by the way, I've never been in a fight in my life. As much of an asshole and a dick I've had a lot of people want to punch my head in. But I've never actually been really in a fight. I did break one of my friend's noses once, but that's a different story for another time. But the one fight I sort of was in, I think it was about 15 or 16 or something, and I was walking across this field, and like a fucking Grease movie or something, these like slicked-haired motherfuckers were walking across the oval across from me, towards me, and it turned out it was this dude I knew. And he comes up, he says, "I heard you were calling me a junkie." And I said, "That's because you are a junkie." And he punched me in the ear. Yeah, and then just left, and that was it. That's my one fight. But no, so I don't go around sucker punch people in the back of the head, but it needs to stop. It definitely does.
It does for sure.
If you have a few drinks, you start getting cocky, don't go punch someone in the back of the head. Go home, right? Go to bed.
But then what that actually turns into, okay, so let's cast our minds back to what happened before that person that threw that one punch, you know, killing someone.
Got Danny Green up there on the TV fucking campaign.
What were they doing before that even happened? They were in a licensed establishment drinking alcohol.
Served legally.
So that kind of really sort of starts to turn the penny on its head a little bit by going, all right, so if they'd had that much to drink, then, we have a little thing in this country called responsible service of alcohol. Okay, so basically, you've had one too many. The law states that it is a requirement for the person in that establishment to cut you off and go, look, sorry, can't serve you any more alcohol.
One too many, mate. I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here.
Like you've had a bit too much to drink. So obviously they've been running a piss up in this, wherever they've been, going out onto the street and, causing fights and killing people.
Jesus.
But like,
settle down.
That shit does need to stop. So I mean, our state government turned around and introduced the lockout laws, which
2 o'clock or something, they kick your ass out.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you.
I'm an adult, so I drink at my house.
Yeah, exactly. So
where I can't get arrested if I put a hole in a wall. I mean, I don't punch walls. I'm not a violent person, but I can't get locked out of my own house. Well, I can't. I will be. And continue to be locked out of my house on several occasions. But if you're that rowdy, don't go out. Go drink at home. Exactly. I'm not rowdy. I drink at home because I don't like humans. They're sticky, generally loud. If they're out, I mean, generally quiet people stay home. But anyway.
Well, here it is for you, right? Okay, so lockout laws to change in January 2017. So those of you that don't know, the current legislation in New South Wales governs that basically the lockout is 1:30 a.m. So you're not allowed to enter a licensed premises after 1:30 a.m.
But you can still be in there.
You can still be.
If you're already in there, then you're right, which is dumb, because then you've just got an establishment full of people continuously getting drunk. If you're letting new people in, like, what you basically should be doing is recycling people. Once you see people getting too drunk, like, I used to go to clubs, if you sat down for like 30 seconds, they kicked your ass out.
Yeah.
That was it. You sat down 30 seconds, hey, and they were like, you're sleepy. It's like, hey.
Yeah, why don't you have a drink in your hand?
Yeah, well, my fucking knees. It's like, if you're sitting in there not doing anything, you're not making them money, so they sort of just go, come on, move along. And it was good. Because they kicked your ass out, and upon kicking you out, let the sober person in, which was then another person's night.
So you're naturally recycling them. You're
getting fucking new, non-drunk people in there, as opposed to with lockout laws, you're keeping drunk people in there who are just getting more and more and more drunk. And I mean, I'm not saying being drunk is an excuse for anything, but you can't blame a room full of horny teenagers drunk off their fucking tits for fighting a few people. Recycle them. When they get too drunk, send them home. Another club is not going to let a drunk person back in.
Yeah.
Keep them the fuck out. They will go the fuck home. There's got to be some sort of system that ensures that they start at least the journey home. Because, I mean,
of course,
you don't hear people like, oh, they got in a fight 3 suburbs from their home or something. It was, like that, yeah. They get in a fight like in the suburb of the club that they were at, because that's my only issue with it, is that, like, if you kick them out, then there's just going to be drunk people all over the street. So there's got to be some sort of system that ensures that they start their journey home or something, or public transport near clubs.
Yeah.
Ensure there is always public transport outside of clubs. And I mean, government's spending so much money and wasting so much money on these lockout laws. If they can keep it open till a certain amount, obviously everything is GST'd, so they're getting money from the goddamn phone is ringing. Anyway, and yeah, it's just a joke. Anyway.
So yeah, anyway, I mean, the whole public transport thing, out the front of licensed venues.
Yeah, just like frequent buses even. Like, you don't have to put fucking... Like, I know there's taxi ranks there, but you got to remember, not everyone that goes to a fucking club or a pub can afford a taxi. Like, taxis are fucking expensive. I know there's Uber, but I don't know if you've been to Wollongong. We don't have Uber here. We're that much of a country butt-fuck town that we don't have Uber because nobody wants to fucking do it around here because you would not make any money from it.
But, well, yeah, but I do actually believe, from what I've heard, that it's there are actually a lot of people down here that want to use it, and they're actually frustrated that it's not available.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's the drivers they haven't got in abundance. They need more drivers because to necessitate the service down here and the sort of output that they put themselves when they give away those initial vouchers to get the sort of business booming in that area, like the $10 off, $20 off.
Yeah.
like referral fucking things and stuff.
Yeah.
For them to be able to necessitate having the service down here, they have to have the drivers, because if they don't have the drivers, they're going to have a just fuckload of people looking for Ubers and sort of just walking around looking up at the fucking sky like, where's my Uber? And the drivers are never going to turn up because there's going to be like 4 in the whole area. And could you imagine 4 taxi drivers in the Illawarra area?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
They'd be run off their motherfucking feet.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, they'd be buying new wheels every 3rd day because they'd be driving that much.
Yeah. No, that's true. And, you know, and like, I mean, obviously.
But that's it. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to free. Hey, Uber, guess what? You just got some free advertising, motherfuckers. Uber. It's the car service you love to love and hate to love. You want to drive for Uber? Go to uber.com, I think. I don't know because I don't work for Uber. And just go apply to be a fucking driver, alright? The more drivers we get, that's what we need. Anyway, in all seriousness though, sorry. I can't even talk. Jesus. In all seriousness though, drivers, that's all you need. Just go to Uber. If you've got a car and you don't have a job and you're not driving for Uber, you're a fuckwit. Like, it's simple. Just, if you knew about it and weren't taking advantage of it, I don't feel sorry for you not having a job, because that's basically free jobs now. You know how much I would have fucking killed to have a free job when I was a kid? A free job, just like you walked in there and 100% knew you were going to come out with a job, as long as your car is roadworthy. Which, unless you've got your fucking slips for it, unless you haven't, got your slips for it, your car is roadworthy. They give you some free water. You're fucking sweet. Drive around. Yeah, that's another thing. I think they give you free water, don't they, to give to your fucking clients?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So fucking go drive for fucking Uber. Like, it's just, if we get the people here, we can do shit like this and stop the fucking drunk people one hit fucking killing each other, because they'll be able to get home.
You're essentially closing the gap in time between the time they get kicked out and the time they're leaving.
Exactly. Minimalise that time, and they've got no street time there. They've got no fucking, time to wander around and get cranky with motherfuckers. You can understand why they're cranky. You've just kicked them out of a club, but you need to kick them out before they're at that angry drunk stage. You need to get them right when they're at that good stage, kick them out, go home, have 2 more wines and go to bed.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, the whole thing is obviously, I mean, the state government has introduced these relaxed terms on the lockout laws. So I'm just going to take you through that, and this is just absolutely crazy. So New South Wales laws are being relaxed to extend lockout time frame from 1:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. and last drinks will remain at 3:30 a.m. That is such an astronomical change, right? And don't forget
3:30.
Don't forget that they're allowing people 1 extra hour to pick up their takeaways.
And now I know people as well are going to be fucking pissed at this, but you should not be entering a club past like 1:30 anyway. If you are, you're a fucking loser or an alcoholic. Like, one of the two. Take your pick. Pick your poison.
So, I mean, the whole takeaway deal, it's currently at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Is the last time you can pick up takeaways from a bottle-o.
So you can go in and get shit-faced till 3.
Yeah, so they're wanting to change that to 11 p.m. come January.
Yeah, do that and leave the lockout laws. That's what I think. Just because I'm pissed when I get to a place and I'm like, yo, booze? And they're like, we closed 5 minutes ago and I'm there at 10:05. Like, fuck.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, we're thinking about it now. Okay, we're in December. It's Christmas time. People like to go out and have quite a few drinks, so people are starting to party up. And look, let's face it, people aren't waiting until 10 p.m. to get their supplies. They're making a trip to the bottle-o, after lunchtime to pick up a case.
You see people at like 8 o'clock in the morning, like picking up a fucking case of booze, and they'll always look at you and just be like, it's for Christmas.
Or it's for tonight.
Yeah. They don't want you to think they're a fucking alcoholic.
They're not going to tell you, it's for 15 minutes from now.
I'm just a booze hound and I just want some fucking
so I mean, now. So it's basically one of those things. So that they're going to the bottle-o after lunchtime or on their bloody lunch break. Getting their supplies, picking up a case, a few bottles or whatever, so they can party on and essentially remain completely unaffected by these rules anyway. So it then begs the question: if these rules even exist for the right reasons, I mean, I get it. There are people that don't have the money earlier in the day to buy grog. You know, people that get paid in the middle of the night, which you know,
people
is
also,
crazy,
you know, who work till fucking 5:30 in the afternoon. They've got to go home, get the kids home from school, fucking get the kids dinner, and they've wasted fucking 6 hours of their time in the afternoon, and it's fucking 10 o'clock. Oh, look, you can't get that bottle of wine, Linda. I'm sorry, Linda, but you don't get shit, Linda. Linda's a theoretical, metaphorical entity, by the way. She's not a real person. Do I know a Linda? I don't think I know a Linda.
Okay, so you do have those
Do you
exceptions.
have an auntie Linda?
I do. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That's,
you know, there's a Linda in the situation.
there is.
But you know, okay, so you got those people that they're going to be the ones that can essentially be affected by it. But I mean, anyone who knows how to plan ahead can skip this one too. So I mean, like, it's as simple as going, I'm going to keep some cash and buy my stuff well before the bottle closes. I mean, it's common sense, right? I mean, if the government's trying to dry out drunken street violence, I mean, that's not time dependent. It's just as easy to drink in the middle of the day and cause a ruckus in public before the 5 o'clock news. I mean, it simply comes down to RSA, Responsible Service of Alcohol.
Exactly. You can't blame the people for drinking alcohol if you're serving it.
Yeah, exactly. Right? You know, and if folks try to buy a pallet of booze,
that annoys me trying
lunch,
to open a beer. Actually, people. So very fucking relevant. I got it. Go. Ooh.
But then you know you got those folks that rock up at lunchtime, you know, and they try to buy a pallet of booze before lunch. Be like, yeah, we can only sell you this much. I mean, every single person who plans ahead in this situation knows that they want to booze up. And most people have the decency to keep to themselves when intoxicating themselves privately at home. I mean, they don't spill out onto the street for a karate challenge or a whose knife is biggest. I mean, they scamper into the house from the patio where their mates are tweaking nipples and doing shots of whatever. And then fall into their nice comfy bed like a ton of bricks. I mean, decent people who drink in private usually stay private. Fact is, whether it be 10 or 11 p.m., anyone with a plan is most likely already pissed somewhere because they bought their crazy amount of booze earlier in the day, so the change makes no difference. So you could think about lockout, in inverted commas, the equivalent being, sorry guys, we're at capacity, we've run out of room, sad face.
Yeah, you don't have to say, no, you're not coming in because of lockout time and shit like that either. So for those people, those security guards out there that are probably, I imagine, pissed off in the whole situation as well about having to be like, well, no, lockout laws are at 1:30. Now they can go 3:30, so they don't have to turn people back. But at 1:30, if you're locking people out as well, it's going to piss them off if you're like, no, you're not fucking coming in because there's a fucking lockout law.
And then
they're just going to get pissed at the government. They're only going to have aggression towards the government as well. Just tell them, sorry, man, we're at capacity. There's too many people in there.
Yeah.
And tell them what capacity fucking means, because I don't think people know. They're like, we've got too many people in this club to be partying. It can't, if the party gets any more out of hand, we'll end up in outer space. Like, it's not fucking like that. It's a fire hazard. There can only be X amount of people in a building before, if it catches on fire, it's not worth it if all those people die. So the fire department put these fucking... what do you call them? Schemes in progress where you have capacity in a fucking business, in a home. You know, did you know as a hoarder, you're actually breaking the law?
Yeah.
If you're a hoarder and you have shit piled to the fucking ceiling just in your house, that's a fire hazard. And they consider it a fire hazard. Exactly. So it's a propellant. Much the same with fucking humans, which sounds fucked up, but humans are also a propellant to fire. Because, believe it or not, you burn when you catch on fire. So, you know, 1,000 people in one tiny club is a massive fucking hazard to, if it catches on fire, not enough people can get out the exits and so forth, which means you're risking X amount of lives. And they'll only put it to the amount of people they think can get out of the club in case of a fire.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if their club's capacity is, 200, then they can only have 200 people in there. Because if there's any more, then it then starts to become a hazard that people aren't going to be fitting out the doors quick enough. The smoke inhalation, they calculate to the statistics that how long smoke takes to reach a human from any section of this place, how, you know, how many people can fit through a door at one time, how calm are people going to be, and then you have to factor the ones that are going to go absolute loopy, and then just sort of come up with these statistics to go, all right, your club can be 200. So don't be offended if you're kicked out because of capacity. But, I mean, like, if you're, as I said, if you're entering a club after fucking, you know, 12 o'clock, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Slow up on the coke, because you're off your tits, mate. And I'm the worst. I go out about 8 o'clock, so that most people go out about 11. I'm like, what the fuck? Since when? I go out about maybe 6 o'clock, and I'm home in bed by, you know, at the very latest 11:30. Like,
yeah,
that's my night. I go out, have some beers, and when it gets late, you know, and the moon's in the middle of the sky, I pack my shit and I go the fuck home, right? Yeah. And that's what I do.
You know, and it's just about, you know, I honestly think the licensed establishments are the, you know, they need to play a part in it too. They need to obviously be less aggressive.
It's their whole, It's,
you know,
it's
like I get that the dudes, like the men and women at the doors to these places, you know, they get frustrated. I mean, you can tell because they're like surrounded by drunk people. But
most of them are cunts. But it's in that same way that my dad hated Christmas. Is as you get older, you can sort of understand that they have to deal with fuckwits like 24/7 in their job. Like not 24/7, but their entire shift is drunk people like, hey, we're here to party. Let's have fun. Here's my ID. It looks like me a little bit, but I dye my hair so I look a little bit different. But if I put my face like this, you can really tell it's me. Yeah. And it's just that after fucking that after fucking that. And by the end, you just wanted to bury these fucking people in the ground. So I understand security. And you know what? Keep doing your job. Keep being cunts because it deters assholes. Assholes get up there trying to front you, and you're just sitting there with that mean-ass fucking Clint Eastwood fucking face like, do you feel lucky? I got kicked out of a pub once, actually, out I think it was the Illawarra in Wollongong up there, and good job, guys, because I was fucking pissed. I was so drunk, and I rocked up to the doors, and I was like, here the party, dude, and he was like, I tell you what, if you go and buy a bottle of water and come back in an hour and a half, I'll let you in. And I went, all right, and I went home, and I went the fuck to bed. Because there was no fucking chance. I was waiting in Wollongong for an hour and a fucking half to get into this club. And I was like, no, I get it. I look too drunk. You get up there and you're like, you put on that face, straighten your clothes, man. Stand up tall. Straighten up. Chest out. You get up there. Hey, how you do it? Fuck. Hey. And then you give me and they're like, see you later. And so I still remember the dude. He was not rude about it. He was not arrogant about it. And he actually gave me a fucking ultimatum like, I know you're this drunk, but if you give it this amount of time without drinking more and you have some water, you'll be sober enough to come into the club, right? So he made a fucking split decision on, like, he must have been like a fucking mathematician or something.
Yeah, he ejected you by you ejecting yourself. Because
it was the way I portrayed myself.
You can come back if you do this. And then
I'm polite as tits in public, aren't I, Simon? I'm polite as tits. I'll walk up and fucking, I'm like, hey, how you going? How's your day? Like, we went to fucking supermarket just earlier to get some snacks and shit for our podcast here. And I was sitting there for like 5 minutes talking to the fucking dude, man, in the register, just like...
And I was convinced that he knew the guy, and then it turns out that he didn't
No, I talked to fucking everyone. And then I get those assholes, and then I just walk away just cursing them out under my breath. So there's like two versions of me. One is just overly happy. The other is like, fucking asshole. I'm going to choke him. I'm going to find where he lives, and I'll choke him. Yeah, but there's basically two of me there. So, but... you know, just that he gave me the ultimatum that was like, you know, go an hour and a half, a bottle of water, and I'll let you back in. And straight away in my head, I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. And
yeah, exactly. You know, you're like, then I got to go to the supermarket, get a bottle of water.
And I figured, fuck it.
Then I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the next hour and a half. Oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go home and go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the day I pissed on a hobo. It was an accident, all right? It was a funny story. There was a bush on the way home, and I was like, I'm going to go piss in that bush. I went and started pissing in the bush. God damn.
Pissing in the bushes.
I'm getting a little bit drunk here, so I'm slurring my words. Sorry, people. She's a little bit... anyway, so
I'm the sober one.
So he's the designated podcaster. So I was pissing in the bushes there, right? I was putting my dick out my pants. No, so I walked into this bush, and as a fucking Homo sapien, I climbed into that bush like a caveman and I started fucking taking a piss. And I just hear this, "Ugh, do you mind?" And I look to my left and about a metre from me is this fucking homeless dude sleeping. And I felt so fucking bad. I gave him $5, a cigarette, and I tried to shake his hand, but he refused to touch my hand. And I was just like, why is this not hobo? He was like, no. I was almost offended, like, you don't want to touch my hand? Motherfucker, I want to touch your hand. But I want to fucking shake your hand because I want to make you feel like a human again. Because people mistreat homeless people in this country like a motherfucker. We all know that. And I always fucking try and give them something, you know. Not for fucking kudos, I don't give a shit. It's for them. You see them sitting there hungry looking. And some people go, it's a scam. And I don't know if you watch that Whiskey Tango Foxtrot movie.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
and
that
eventually
one.
that fucking Scottish guy, that Tina Fey movie. So go watch it. There you go, Tina. Huh? A little free plug for you there. She ends up like giving money to this little boy on the side of the road, and it was a scam. Later on, she walks past with her boyfriend, and I nearly lost a finger, folks. No, and they walk past again later, and she's with her boyfriend or something, and she goes, "Oh, don't, that's a scam." And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "No, don't, that's a scam." And he goes, "I know, but is it really?" Because he's still, it's like a boy begging in the streets and apparently scamming people. But and he goes, "Yeah, but he's still begging in the streets."
Yeah.
Which is true. I mean, he might be scamming people, but if he had another option, wouldn't he take it? Obviously. Anyway, so I finally got out of the bushes of pissing, and I was almost crying because I was that drunk that I was just like, "What? Can we take him home with us?
Oh.
Can he live with us? Yeah, like he can. We've got room." And I was like, "But why wouldn't he shake my hand?" And my girlfriend at the time was like, "Because you were holding your dick with that hand less than 5 seconds before you tried to shake his hand." So when I was taking a piss, obviously I was holding my wiener there. And so he was like, "No, I ain't touching your dicky hand." Like, and my partner was watching this whole ordeal and just like, straight away she was like, "He's not going to touch your hand. You've just been holding your dick." And I was like, "Anyway, buddy." And I put the old hand out there to give him the old shaky shake. And he was like, "No thanks, man." Like, I was like, like shaking his hand, like, no. I was like, "All right, hey, all right, you're the homeless guy." But yeah, that dude he kicked me out there, and I was glad he did, because if I went in there, I would have spewed all over his establishment. I'm not saying I would have gone in there and fought people. I don't fight people when I'm drunk. I spew. I get too drunk, and it just comes back out again. I don't know what happens. But yeah.
I mean, what it comes down to is, responsible service of alcohol inside the building, effective means to control people outside of the building,
I've actually got
and effective means to get them out of the area as quickly as possible.
Back to their fucking house.
It's simple,
Or wherever the fuck they say, their hotel, their house, their fucking cabin, their box in the gutter, wherever the fuck they're at. Make sure they're on their journey home. Get public transport, Sort of, I know it's not in their fucking job description, but security needs to have some compassion about where these people are going. They might be a fuckwit, but you don't wish death upon them.
No.
Come on, man. You don't want them to go punch, or some... It's not even them. It's the poor cunts who don't know how to fight. And even the ones that do. It's happened to everyone. They're just getting punched in the head, and they don't see it coming, because people are hitting them in the back of the head. It's a coward's punch. Old Danny Green there on the ad, catching the old punch in the hand there. And violence, no, or whatever the fuck it is.
There was a story a while ago about two guys from somewhere overseas were visiting Australia, and, they were brothers, and they both had a bit too much to drink, and one of them turned around and,
got in a scuffle?
Fucking coward punched his own brother, put his own brother in intensive care.
Yeah. Is that funny now, buddy? I bet you that was a real smart move. I know you weren't thinking straight because we were drunk, but fuck, don't. Look, just cut that from any option. It's not an option, people, is to punch someone in the face.
That's what I don't
think about.
I have many reasons why I believe that alcohol is not the answer for any behaviour. You can't use it, isn't it? It's not an excuse. It's not a crutch. It's not an excuse.
And go, I was a bit drunk there. It's not an excuse. Not an excuse. But if you're drunk and rowdy, just don't have that in your fucking in your sort of fucking ammunition tank there to fight someone. Just don't, because now a lot of people go, now imagine if that was you, and it makes people hard to imagine if it was you. Now, I'm going to propose a different thing. Now imagine that's your mother. Someone coward punched your mother in the back of the head, or your father in the back of the head, or your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your fucking dog, anyone.
Anyone, yeah.
Think of anyone, and they've punched them in the back of the head, and guess what? They're dead, they're gone, they're never coming back. And that's what a coward's punch does to people, right? Now think about that before you go and take that swing. Tap him on the shoulder and say, mate, I would like to fight you. And when he accepts the fight, you go, yes, it's no face shots, only fucking body shots, arm shots, alright? And when he hits the ground, you win, alright? Not dead hits the ground, so you can even just lay down, and that's just how you were, alright? That's how a fight used to be back in the day, was you pulled your fists out, you popped in one in the cheek there, not in the fucking temple, not in the eye. You know, maybe one in the eye there, huh? Give him the old fucking pop in the eye there, old Britney Spears fucking 2005. Pop them right there in the eye with the umbrella or something. No. That's nowadays, though. They're all weapons and shit. No. Fight someone like they used to. Go tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, I don't like what you did there. And if he goes, yeah, what do you want to do? Say, well, let's fight about it. You can sock him in the jaw, maybe the eye, maybe pop him in the nose. Don't hit his temple or anywhere near where his fucking brain is. And as soon as any motherfucker hits the ground, that's it. Alright? That's how a fight goes. Alright? I've never been in a fight. Well, I fought my buddy once. He wanted me to fight him, and he pumped me in the face a few times. Oh, I know. No, because we went only body shots, and I was really drunk and accidentally clocked him in the nose. Just once, all it took. Just the one, because it was dark.
He went down like a ton of bricks.
Oh, I broke his nose, and he was bleeding everywhere, and I'm sorry, Zach. Alright? I'm sorry. Alright? I've apologised before, but I did save him from an accident a few
Well, there you go, Zach. You just got an international apology.
There you go,
in front of an audience of multiple countries.
You're welcome, Zach. Anyway, so I've got a little story about, we love stories about my dad. We're heading on out of the show almost here anyway, so I'll quickly do this story about my dad, and we'll get on up, Simon.
Oh, yeah.
And so my dad, actually, a little drunky story. So here's how you can have fun at home. You're not endangering anyone in public, and you're still off your fucking tits drunk.
This is a good one, folks.
All right, so... and it features basically my dad on the top of a bus stop on, I believe it was New Year's Eve. It might have been my brother's birthday.
It was your brother's birthday.
It was my brother's birthday.
Yeah,
anyway, that's a holiday, right? For him, anyway. For him, so fuck it.
It was a coming of age. It was an 18th birthday party.
I've got blah, 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 blah. That's irrelevant. Anyway, so, and he had an Australian flag cape on, climbed on top of the bus stop, middle of the night, just absolutely drunk, wearing footy shorts, but with undies over the top of him. And the best part, though, is he had a superhero name. So my dad drank himself super. And do you remember that name there, Simon?
I do. It was dun 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 Captain Cunnilingus.
Captain Cunnilingus, as in finger banging, jerking it, and or foreplays.
Or the art of lapping over the labia, the clitoris, whatever you want to call it.
Lapping on the labia.
Chucking the tongue twister, tongue tornado straight up that passage.
See, we're getting silly here now because we love it. It's the end of the season. And anyway, that's not the best part, actually. Sorry, the best part is that for the majority of the part, his balls were definitely hanging out the side of his football shorts. So he was Captain Cunnilingus, the cunning linguist, with his balls hanging out.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. But on that note, don't drink yourself into a foreplay fingering hero. Don't do that.
Didn't the cops drive past at one point and they were just like,
they didn't. But they told him to get off the bus stop, but that was about it. Because he climbed onto the roof of the bus stop, so they were like, "Get out from there!" Because that's what cops do in Australia. They like, some of them pull you up just for being a fuckwit, but if you're not harming anyone, they're just like, "Hey, stop that!" Like it's against the law. It's like it's not against the law to climb on top. Well, it might be climb on top of the bus stop, but they were just like, "Get off there before you hurt yourself, dick." And he got down, and that was it. And that's.
When they drove off.
I tell you what, if someone sober tells you to do something when you're drunk, 99% of the time, unless it endangers you or anyone else, do it, because they're probably spitting truth. They're probably like, you need to sit down. No, I fucking sent you. You know what? I think you need to sit down, alright? Because you just... I don't even want to give a damn, alright? I don't want to fucking give a damn. Alright, anyway, so... Simony! We're finishing up this year's last podcast. I'll leave you with CeeDee's weight loss tips for the holidays, which you forgot about till now, didn't you, Simon? I told you that we're going to do that.
Oh, yeah, I did,
because I've had actually some fans email about it.
Well, I'm 38 kilos down myself.
Hell yeah.
Woo-hoo! Yeah. Still got another 25/30 to go.
I need to gain about 25 to 30 because I'm like maliciously underweight.
So when I lose mine, you can have it.
Hell yeah. We'll just, fuck it. We'll just go get liposuction. Suck it out of your ass.
I'll just Bluetooth it to you.
Bluetooth, fuck, it's 21st century. Why the fuck not? Did you know I had a dude once try to convince me it was the 20th century? In the 21st century. And my fucking lord was, whew. Jeez, was that a funny conversation. Anyway, so I've had some fans email about what I do to keep fit during the Christmas period. And weirdly, one fan told me why. I don't know why. But told me that she actually, so yeah, imagine this, does a lot of coke to keep fit. So to keep her thin in the holidays.
Whoa.
Honestly, I'm not from the 70s. I don't have a porn star Freddie Mercury mustache or a foot-long cell phone. So I'm not about to indulge into some of that fucking American Psycho fucking toilet stall cocaine sessions. And I'm not going to be having a cocaine Christmas with old Rudolph the white-nosed reindeer there. Had a very shiny nose. Oh, God. I feel so alive, like I could fly. But anyway, you know what I do around Christmas time, Simon?
And what's that?
I absolutely gorge my tits off like the giant dude that explodes. Yeah, in Monty Python. Would you like a mint? No, I couldn't possibly.
I'll have 4 hands.
Just and he's like, and the bucket, and he's throwing up in there, and they give it just one little mint, and it's like John Cleese or whatever, just one, and he has the little tweezers to put it in his mouth, and he sort of like pushes it in there, and he just runs and like over the fucking counter, and he's just like, no, I'm so full, and just fucking blows up. That is me at Christmas time, alright? Because it's fucking Christmas. Who gives a shit? Had that little extra piece of ham. Do it for Jesus! Do it for Jesus! He was born for... no, wait. He was born... yeah, wait. No, he died for your sins. Wait, what was 25th of December? Did he die then or born then? Born on Christmas Day. Okay, so he was born on Christmas Day. So, yeah, alright, he was born for your presents. Alright? Huh? So just do it for Jesus. Yeah, and who gives a shit? Just, fucking gorge yourself.
So he comes into the world so you can get a brand new gaming console.
Exactly why he comes in. Sorry, you can hear me rustling around in my beer bag here. But anyway.
He's pulling out his little black book.
Oh,
except
baby.
It's red.
Yeah, basically just gorge yourself, like the giant dude from Monty Python, and just deal with that shit, that bullshit next year.
Yeah.
It's fucking Christmas. Who gives a shit? You shouldn't be fucking Weight Watching at Christmas time, no matter who the fuck you are. I mean, unless you're gonna die. But I'll even let the fatties have an extra little fucking bit of shrimpy there, hey? A little bit of prawn or something, hey? A little extra mango for you on the old Christmas day. But have the ham. Jesus wants you to appreciate the day he was born, so have the ham. Anyway, before we kick up on out of this very first season here, Simon, I'll just let everyone know about the playlist again. Go to our YouTube channel. It's called Talkin Shit 2016 Songs of the Week. Sorry, and it's just got. If you're a first-time listener, I tried to, but forgot a lot of times, to mention a song of the week when I recorded the podcast. So basically, just a song that I like to listen to, and I thought I'd share with you guys. And the playlist currently has a few songs on there. I think I'll be adding a few more, but we've got, what was the first episode? That was Ain't No Mountain, Marvin Gaye and Purple. I don't know her name, so I just made a sound.
Yeah.
And the second was For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, by the old Akadaka. The next, I think, was Live and Let Die by Gunsy Rosie. Live and Let Die. Boom. You all know the song. Nights in White Satin, I think, is the one I'm adding onto there. Nights in White Satin. I like singing a little sample there for you fellas. Jefferson Airplane's on there. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. You all know the song. That's Jefferson Airplane, sorry. I don't know if I said that. More Than a Feeling by Boston. So, more than a feeling, more than a boom, when I hear that boom, boom, boom. Don't know the words, really. How the fuck does it start? I don't know. It's like it gets just before the chorus and goes, I close my eyes, then I slip away. Or however the fuck it goes. And I think The Animals is on there, which is from, actually as well, Nights in White Satin, which I'm putting on there tonight. That's from 1967.
Wow.
Nights in White Satin. You know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last one I put on there was House of the Rising Sun by The Animals. That's 1964. There is a house in New Orleans. They call the Rising Sun. That's on there as well. And Weird Al Yankovic's fucking The Nights Went Crazy. And guess what? I've got one more Christmas song for you, and then I'm just going to quickly chuck in a couple more songs. But it's by The Maine, so that's Maine. And I think it's called Santa Stole My Girlfriend. Just YouTube that and you'll find it anyway. Basically, it's about how Santa stole this dude's girlfriend. It's a really funny song. Fuck, how's it go? Santa, you bitch, didn't get a damn thing on the Christmas list. All I got with the anyway, it goes like that. And I asked Simon earlier for Simoj's Song of the Season as well. If you guys are long-time listeners, you'll remember AJ from some earlier episodes of Talkin shit with CeeDee and Simoj, where we had AJ up on here, and I've gotten her to choose a couple of songs. So if Simon, what was your song again?
My song was Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple.
Ooh, damn. Well, in saying that, another good song.
Mist on the H2O.
Ooh, Misty H2O. On that note as well, I've got another one. The Deep Blue Something. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, blah, 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 blah. If I sing any more, then I'll have to buy the rights, and they could go fuck themselves. Anyway, as well, I've got AJ's picks of the season.
An Irish tiddly?
An Irish tiddly, tiddly-dee, tiddly-do. I'm going to eat a potato. She picked some. I'm just fucking having a look now. Where did she send them? She didn't send them. Oh, you can't. Oh, she did. Okay. Giving me a million reasons and a million Million Reason by Lady Gaga. And then she said two good ones actually here, because I don't really like Lady Gaga. She just shits me. I don't know. Sorry, lady. Is that her first name? Is it, or is it Ms. Lady Gaga? I'm just going to constantly refer to her as Lady Gaga and see if anyone tries to correct me.
Gaga.
Tuki Tuki from what was that? Evolution.
Yeah.
With what's fucking Sean William Scott? And Dolly Parton's Jolene. And her last one was by the Mamas and the Papas, which is California Dreamin'. How's that go?
In California. No, I'm joking.
Fuck, I had it in my head before. California Dreamin', the Mamas and the Papas. Oh man, I had it just before. Sorry, fan. You're just sitting here listening to me fucking nonsensically babble about this. I've got Californication stuck in my head. Mamas and the Papas. All right, guys, look at this. You're going to get a little live sample, but I can't play too much because then I've got to pay for it. But yeah, Simon, how do you feel about this? Did you enjoy the first series of Talkin' Shit with CeeDee and Simoj? By the way, we have to use the full name of Talkin' Shit with CeeDee and Simoj. That's the actual full name of the show, because another comedian by the name of Eddie Ift already had the podcast Talkin' Shit.
Yeah.
So go listen to that as well. Fuck it, do it. I'll tell you.
It's been a great season.
I listen to everything, man. Bill Burr. Who did I just say? That other one I just said anyway. And yeah, you've had fun.
I have had fun. Oh. It's been great. You know.
Oh yes.
It's actually a lot. It's a lot more fun than I gave it credit for in the beginning, because I mean.
I wholeheartedly rely on it now. Every week. I love doing the podcast for you guys. I love hearing back from fans. Me and Simon actually got recognised in a mall the other day.
Yeah, purely by our voices. And
yeah, just by our voices, which was great. Yeah, so a listener actually found us in the mall the other day and went, "Wait a minute, CeeDee and Simoj." And Simon had his little fangirl moment there. He loved that.
I did. Yeah. I was like, wow.
We did. We, in all honesty, we didn't expect it to go as big as it did. And it's been great. You guys, you fans out there, you listeners, have made it all possible, I suppose. But we didn't get in this for the money. Although we do get money, so but
it's a bonus.
It's the bonus. But no, we didn't get in it for the money. We didn't get in it to be recognised. We got in it because it's fun, and we just wanted to be fun with you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have, because we've had a lot of fun. Oh, you hear that? That's an ad. I found the song though, so it's just loading up. Just give me a little mini here, and I'll find out what California Dreamin' is. It's in my. Oh, fuck off! I don't want to hear it. Wait, where's California? California Dreamin', California Dreamin'. Yeah, y'all know it now. There we go. Anyway, so Mr. Simony, this is it. This is the commencement of our show, Merry fucking Shitmas, with CeeDee and Simoj, which was a mini episode in our series Talkin' Shit with CeeDee and Simoj. By the way, guys, we've got a little surprise. Me and Simon had a little business meeting, and we were having a few drawbacks from the name Talkin' Shit, and we did. I do realise I don't want to steal any thunder from Eddie Ift, and I don't want to step on any other comedian's toes. So we've changed the name. Next year, hopefully on the first Wednesday, I think, of January, we're going to try and get a New Year one out for you too, guys, but we'll be back just after Christmas with Absolute Nonsense.
Oh yeah.
With CeeDee and Simoj. That's Absolute Nonsense with Simoj and CeeDee, CeeDee and Simoj, me and you and me, the both of us together. And it's been absolutely great, guys. Thank you very much for fucking listening, you cheeky cunts. And I hope you have a good, safe motherfucking Christmas. I couldn't actually care less, but I say that to sound compassionate so that you guys think I have some sort of a heart. And Simon, we had fun, didn't we?
We did, man. We really did.
We did. We fucking did. And guess what, you motherfucking cunts? Merry fucking Shitmas, and have a few beers from me, CeeDee.
And Simoj.
Over here. This is us fucking tuning out for the first season of Talkin' Shit with CeeDee and Simoj.
Catcha.
Have a good holiday, asshole.